Hey, how you doing? My name is Anthony Gray and welcome to another episode of Grayscale. Today we're going to, a lot of people seem to be interested in the glazing method, so I figure I'd do another one. This is actually a 12 by 16 piece of cardboard. Yep, that's right. It's actually the cardboard backing to the canvas paper that I use. Okay. If you look over here, I don't know where I'm placing the the second screen. Probably um, right here where my head is. So it'll be either the lower or upper left. Um, you'll see the black and the white acrylic paint. So what I did was I just covered this with black acrylic. All right, I'll be working with acrylics, as you know. Okay, now as far as the glazing method, the last time I did a few of them, all I used was water. Okay, to do a scumbling effect. Okay. Well, I'm gonna put the medium on this. Now the medium's gonna soak through this because it's pretty porous, unless I put on a few layers of acrylic. All right. Well, I don't want to do that at this point in time, but I am gonna just put it on here, and I'm gonna scumble the whole thing, so it's gonna look like a big mass of stormy clouds or whatnot, and we'll separate it and we'll put a little ocean or something down here. Okay, so I'm going to take my 2-inch cropped, I took the scissors and cut it. It's just a window trim brush. That's all it is. My fault. We're going to dip right into the medium here. Okay. Now the medium is vegetable glycerin and a little bit of shampoo mix. It's a good paint extender, which is why I use it. And it keeps the paint lucid for a while. Alright. And what I'm doing is I'm just going to apply this thin bit. All you need is a little bit with this stuff. Trust me, a little bit goes a long way. That's all I'm doing is I'm just applying it on here. And it helps the acrylic paint to blend because it keeps it wet and movable for a while. As you can see with the black, you can see the soapiness starting to appear here. Alright. There's no specific way on how to apply this. Just apply it thinly. Alright. Now, as you can see, this is perfect actually. You can see the wetness because of the reflection of the lights. Alright, you see my shadow here. Alright. But we're just mixing black and white right now. And I'm not going to keep the fogginess dark. I'm going to lighten it up a bit. Okay. And we'll move on with it as we progress. So right now it's half black, half white. Okay. And all I'm going to do is what you see right now. Scumble it right in there. Okay, let it mix in there. See it's starting to run already. And that's fine. You're going to get sheets of gray and whatnot. I'm just going to get a little bit of white. I'll put the white in there like that. I'm going to clean this brush off. I applied it a little bit wet, and that's fine. Because I need variances of color, just like this. Scumble it in there. It's okay. We're going to get rid of some of those, put some more black in there. We're going to get rid of some of the streak marks and all that good stuff. That's all going to go away. Need a little more white. Down below it don't matter much because, like I said, I'm going to split this in half and we need like waves, so it'll be split in half right around here somewhere. So we're not really worried about that. That'll come a little bit later. What I'm using is craft paint. It's not the heavy stuff. Oh, let's put it a little dark in there like that. Okay. Now remember, I have the medium on here. I'm just drying off the brush here. Alright. Now I've got plenty of the medium on here, maybe a little too much. But that's okay. That is fine. Let's I'll take this guy. I'm just taking this is another Walmart brush, synthetic 1.5 inch brush. I'm going to take it and we're just going to stir it around. Just like this circular motion, if you will. Let them blend right on in there. Circular motion, just like that. I'm gonna get my towel. I'm gonna wipe off some of the paint off the towel here. Go on the other side, just stir it. Circular motion, it's okay. It'll look like stormy clouds and whatnot. I just want to get rid of the streaks. Okay. Now, as I'm stirring it around, I'm just moving around randomly. It's okay. Just like so. Like I said, I wanted it a little light because we're going to apply color to this. Okay. So it would be just beneficial to just stir it around. Just like that. Now, as you can see, the variances of shades and tones aren't really there yet. It all depends on how much of the black and white mix you put in there. Really, the swirls I don't mind. We're gonna concentrate with the swirls. Like I said, the line would be like somewhere around here, so you can just kind of mess around with that a little bit and smooth that out. All right, because it's gonna be somewhat look like that. Okay, I want to get some black. I'm gonna tip the brush. I'm gonna add some. Just like so. And when it dries, we're gonna mess around with it a little bit more. So, I just want interesting little pockets here and there. Okay. Get a little bit of the white, and we'll put a couple streaks of white in there and stir it around, just like that. You want to add some interest to it, like that, little bright patches in there. Pop a nice one right up in here. Keep it pretty bright, pretty lit up pretty good there, something like that. Something like that. I'm starting to see things already as I'm doing this. That's all. It may be teasing a little dark right up in there. Like that. Just like this. Okay. Maybe something down here. Even though it's dark or dark gray, color will still show up in this guy. Okay. Now, I want to get that transition a little smoother, but don't totally over blend. So I won't use this brush, because this brush, the bristles are pretty stiff. So you just use a softer bristled brush. Okay. I do have one that I might as well christen. It's way over here. I have to reach and get it. There we go. Really soft fellow. And very lightly, and I mean lightly. Just flow it very lightly. You don't want to overblend. There we go. Don't want to overblend. Blend some of this together very softly. You don't have to press very hard to do this. Because right now I'm going into the white mix, I'm going into the black mix. And just in circular motions, you can still keep your patterns. And if you can tell, it's starting to fade in and blend in to the painting, which sets the effects far back, smooths everything out, and it gives the appearance of some really disturbingly violent clouds. Okay? Just like that. And like I say, when I come back, I'll still scramble some more highlights and all that good stuff. Still keeping it black and white. Okay? But I have to let it tack up a little bit. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm not going to have an abrupt horizon line. I'm going to smooth that horizon line out. It'll be like fog way in the distance somewhere. Okay? But right now, this is pretty much an awesome effect to have as it is. If I turn off this light, you'll see a little more maybe of the detail. Let me shut up this flag. Let's see. Nope. Just as bad. I'll keep it bright. The reason why you can see the shine in here, it's just that it's still wet. Alright, we're going to let that dry a bit. And as you see in a few minutes, you have the effective type of sky you're looking for. If you're looking for a sky this violent, okay. And this brush is very soft mopper. I got this also. It's a big makeup brush, you know, makeup brush. That's all it is. All right. Um, all it does is just smooth out your painting. See, what I'm doing is because of the ball shape. I'll put it here. Because of the ball shape. Okay, only that much is touching the canvas. See that? Okay. And that's all you're doing. Right? And it gently moves and blends the paint around. Okay, I can put my finger and put a happy face around it. Paint's still wet, you can still move all this around. Won't be necessary. I'm kind of pleased with what's going on with it. Okay, and we're gonna pretty much kind of keep this cloudy type of effect going. I'll put this right here because I know I'll be using this again. All right, so that's basically it with just the black and white. Okay, and making different tints and shades of gray. When I say tint, that means adding white. When I say shade, that means you're adding black. That's even for regular color. All right. Doesn't necessarily have to be black or white for your tint and shade, but it's whatever that's lighter than the color you're using and the darker color that you're using. All right, and that's what tint and shade means. Okay, so if you're adding tint to a color, you're adding white or a brighter color. Adding shade to a color, you're adding black or a darker color than the color you're currently using. All right, so when we get back, I'm going to add some nice little stormy highlights and such and fade them in when it's all dry to give that really violent effect to this. This is pretty passable as it is right now, but I'm going to add some more things to it and really brighten it up, add some depth and dimension and all that fun stuff. And then we'll add what I want to add in here, and then we'll move forward. So until then, I will show. I'll be right back in a few. Okay, I'm going to pan the camera a little upward because we're going to concentrate up here. And okay, zoom in. As you can see, it's pretty much fairly dry. This material soaks in this stuff. Okay, but you can see the different types of tints and shades going on in here. It gives the appearance of clouds already. All right. Now, I can take some bright white or whatnot and give certain highlights and all that and add more emphasis to all of this and yet still keep it pretty subdued. As you look down below, I got the glycerin, the water, the black and white paint. It's soft craft paint down here. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a mix of a light gray. I'm using a filbert. Okay. It's a number 8 filbert. A little touch of black in that, gray it up. I won't use total white. I'll still keep it in tones of gray. Okay. But in the context of this painting, it will appear almost white, but it's not totally white. Okay, now this is just a very bright gray. And what we're going to do with this, it takes very little paint, is that we're going to just scrumble on little highlights here and there. And as you do it with, very, like I say, very little paint. Well, even what I have here might be too much. Okay, but let's say you want to just accent some things like this. Okay, I'm going to wipe off some of this paint here. And when you actually just kind of scrumble it on, like so, it'll give an appearance of like little highlights of the clouds or a little fog or whatnot. And just scrumble it on, let it fade out down there. Wherever you want the highlights to appear. Okay, not totally keeping a hard line. Keep it pretty fuzzy, kind of mysterious. And I'm just scrumbling on color here and there, just like so. As we go on, I'm just giving it a little tap. I'm going down below, you can see here, just tapping a little bit, and add little flavorful highlights here and there. Okay. No particular order. Just tapping and playing around. I'm gonna go over here, put a little emphasis. I'm gonna flip the brush around. A little emphasis here and there. And I'm just scumbling around. It'll catch in some areas. It'll fade away in some areas. It's okay. I'll get a little bit more white. A little touch of black. We'll darken some of this up. A little darker gray. Because maybe it's too light for you. Okay. And you can kind of subdue it a little bit. Darken it. If it's a little too dark, you can just play around with it here and there. But the emphasis is just adding gentle tones and shades and all that good stuff in there. You can even take a little touch of black if you want, and you can just see this. See if it's a little too dark, you play around with it, tone some of that brightness down a little. Okay, go in different directions if you would like. All up to you. Even though I'm darkening them in, I don't want it too dark to where when I put the overlaying color in it, it won't be seen. Okay. I'm just toning things down a little bit. If you want to add some really bright highlights to certain areas, do the same thing using the side of the brush here, just like that. You can create an edge if you want. Press, create a nice little edge around there, and fade the bottom of it off. So you can really have some fun doing all of this. I'm just getting some little touch of white here. Just like that. You don't have to necessarily have a very strong edge on it. Fade some of that out. I'm not using any medium or any of the sort. The harder you press, the more goes into the canvas or fabric or whatever you're painting on. Okay. And you can always tone it out. And remember, I'm going to add color to this. Okay. Come down here, do the same thing. Just have a ball with it. Alright. Let's get some more gray going on. Let's get some darker tones in there. Just up in here a little bit. Remember, you can't have an effective light without strong darks. Follow me? See, I can easily create a pocket down there. Alright. If you find some things are a little too light or whatnot, you can always deepen it. A little more black or a deeper gray. I would go a deeper gray because you want to infuse color in this later on. And so I'm just playing around with stuff that I think should be a little darker or a little more subdued. Just scrambling around, having a good time with it. Just like that. Just darken up that corner right up in there. Just take a little bit of black. I'm just patting some black. So if I want something a little darker, if I want to tone the area down a little bit, do one of those. Here, I might want a little more depth there. Just tone it down there. Scrumble it away. And you just vary the pressure and just have it fade right into your light areas there without creating a hard line. You follow what I'm saying? Something like that. And when you go dark like that, it brings whatever's lighter out further. You can really spend a massive amount of time doing this. And as you see me doing this, I'm adding nothing but straight black. It's still graying itself out because I'm blending it in still with the gray that's in there. Okay, so it's not totally pitch black. Some of the color will come through. Remember, I'm on cardboard, so the paint is soaking through. Follow me? So it all pans out, all works out. Alright, I got black on the brush already, so I'm just adding white, soft white. This is all craft paint. and we'll play around in here. We'll scramble. That little, it's actually the word scumble. So we're gonna have a nice little scumble party here. Create little mist and all that good stuff. Let's take some pure white and we'll see some brightness in there. And I'm not gonna keep a hard edge. I don't want a hard edge. Float it all around in there. And right up in here, we're gonna play around, make it look like some wave tips going on in there, and we'll fog it up. We're gonna play around it in here a little bit. Okay, add little pockets of dark in there too, just like that. And we're gonna make a line. We'll make this a line. So I'll just take some white here, just like so. Take some black. We'll pop some of that dark in there too. Get some more dark. Pop that dark in there, just like that. Scrumble it around. Play around in there. Bring some of that up there. And don't worry, we're gonna flatten all of that out a little bit later. But as you can see, it looks like churning water already. Already. Remember, water is when it's stormy, it has no sense of direction. Water is a little bit everywhere. Okay. I'll give you a semblance of some rushing white caps going on in there. All right. So I'm just messing around with it, playing around. Okay. Now, as I come further down, all of that will flatten out, and we're going to make it a lot more obscure. I think we can just tone a lot of that down with fog or just rub it in. It's okay. Just like that. And I can have the whole page look like this. So, what I'm going to do, I'll just create some white caps in here. Watch how easy I can get a stormy sea going with this. And I'm just taking it down just, because you want the rough white caps. I can use a different brush for this if I want. Let's aim this downward, like that. I'm making it choppy. Now remember, we're going to add dark into all of this, okay? So fret not. I'm just scrambling lines in there. We're going to capitalize on all of this. Go in different directions. You'll see. I'm just creating little bits of motion here and there. I'm not using any medium or anything, just a regular dry paint. Okay. Now with all of that, it just looks like me just splatting out some mess here. So go in between some of those. Okay. And I can use another brush for this, and I will. Right now I'm just creating interesting little pockets of darkness right now, here and there. And I'll bring all of this together. Right now we're looking for darkness, create some white caps here and there, purely dark right now. And we'll fine tune a lot of this. But remember, I'm gonna put something in this also, but right now I kind of have a little path I want to go with this. So it'll make sense. I'm also using pretty much a larger brush with all of this. I'm just getting the pockets of dark in here. Interesting little. Like I can whisk some up in there like this. Bring it downward. Bring some up. Look like a little wave coming through. Different directions. The water churns all over the place. Okay. A little thicker with the paint, you know, make some directional lines here and there. Especially in the foreground down here on the bottom. Okay, you kind of want to, it gets a little more detail and whatnot. You can have some of this stuff work for you. And here, here, here. You'll see when I put the, it's pretty dark down there. And, all in here, a little flick of the wrist. You get accustomed to it. The more you do it, you get more comfortable with doing this. When you first start, you're a little apprehensive, a little worried about messing up or trashing the whole painting because it doesn't appear to look right. Keep painting through your project. Keep going, okay? Keep going. Now remember, you gotta keep in mind, you're gonna have color in here. It is all pretty much like an underpainting. All right, so worry not. And I'm getting into some white. I'm gonna dip my white into some water, loosen up the white paint just a little bit. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go with a very light gray instead. So I'm dipping, as you can see, more white into this gray, make it a very, very, very light gray. Get some water in there, loosen up the paint a tad. Okay. You can, a little too strong there, but that's okay. If it's a little strong, whoops, just wipe it away like that. It goes away. Add a little bit of water to it, get it flowing around, because the black is getting a little tacky, which is fine. You can play around and experiment on your own paint, on your own painting.
It's been a decade of signs and
All right.
wonders.
Okay. If I don't like something, I can always wisp it away. You can use your finger. This is acrylic paint, so you can use your finger and kind of guide some of this stuff around. Okay. All in how you want to perceive your water. Like to have. If I want to add the highlights, obviously I will. I'm still going to use a fan brush, but I'll add, like if you want to add little white caps to some of these, it's just a touch. Like so. Now you can have a little fun. You can dictate where you want some of this stuff to go. Okay. Little dots here and there. See this? Get a lot of the dots up top, and they get a little more slender as you and they pan out. Okay. Just little dots. Try not to drag your paint. Okay. All it takes is a little cut there the wave caps. And if you want to bring some underneath the black area, you can do so. Okay. And up around here, especially where it's closest to us. Keep adding on. All right. Getting a little more of my water, dipping it into the white, get it flowing a little more. Just like that. It will still dry. Okay. I might do something else here. Now that was a little strong. I don't like that. It goes away. Wipe it away. Wipe it all away if you got to. Use my finger to tone it down and do it over again. Okay. Go in different directions. It just adds more to the turbulence. Okay. Use your finger. Smooth some of it out. Remember, this is acrylic paint. I'm not using really any medium. I'll keep reiterating that. Okay. If it looks a little crazy for you, you can always tone it down. Okay. I'm just adding little bright details. But remember, keep in mind, a lot of this stuff will be smoothing right out there, just like so. Okay. Now, I'm gonna get a little more white paint. Still craft paint, which is liquefied acrylic paint, something that a great many of you are pretty familiar with. Totally all white. Okay, because it's a little thicker, and I didn't dilute it with any water. And I'm just adding little bright highlights to some of the tops of the waves. Okay. It will dry. You do the piece at a time. I'm gonna get some smaller. I'm just getting the wave caps going on some of these guys. Back here, same thing. Couple hit those wave caps a little bit. I'm gonna show you something else too to add a lot more turbulence to this. Just like that. I'm gonna get a script liner real quick. I'm gonna add some more motion lines to it. The more motion lines you add to your painting, the more flowing. It's just a script liner here. All right. Usually soak that script liner with some water. Go into your paint. Now you can. We'll go around in here, and I'll just trail some of these quick motion lines here and there. See that? Very loose. Going with flow of the painting a little. Fine. Keep with the strokes of what you did beforehand. If it starts not to look right, then stop. All little motion lines here and there. If you don't want to add them, don't. Up to you. Really your thing. Your discretion. How you want to do it. I'm just adding little motion lines. If they're a little strong, use your finger, fade them out a little bit. Remember, just go with the curve. Alright. The more you do it, the more you'll get comfortable with doing them. Okay. Number 6 over here. We'll add some mist and whatnot. I'm going to take some white paint, a little dot of paint there and there. All right. And what we're going to do, we're going to add some mist all in there. We're going to pure white. Okay, and you're gonna go half into your waves here, half outside. Get some mist going on in there, so it secludes some of the wave action and just scumbling on. I'm just using the smallest tip of paint. I remember the paint before it that I laid down there. It's already dry. Okay. Don't have to add total. You can add little bits of gray if you want to in this. Up to you. I am just scumbling just some fog and things like that in there. Like I say, if you want, you can add tints of gray in this if you want to separate that. The color is going to do that anyway. Okay. Put some of that up in here a little. It's okay. It's fine. But as you can see, let's draw back a little bit. See how the mist kind of goes up into the clouds a little bit. You still see that action in there. All right. So don't be panicky. Don't get nervous. You're just adding more atmosphere and depth to your painting. Okay. Okay. Much like that. All right. You can have darker mist if you would like. Entirely up to you. All right. Okay. Let's take a tool that many of you don't seem to use too much. It all depends. Old toothbrush. Don't use your wife's. All right. Now, I wet the toothbrush with a little bit of water, as you see, and the closer you get, the more control. The less you get, it splays out a little bit more in the area. Okay, we'll zoom in a little bit here. You see this? I'm using total bright white with this. All right, and you can just add just a spray. You see this? All right, talk about action. Look at this. Put it in different spots here and there, some way up there. Get a little thicker paint. I'm gonna pop a few of those in here like this. All right. Look at that. See this? Now, look at that. All right. See? Now, I don't know how long this video is, but you can see the effect that all of this has. Okay. You can see the atmosphere, the depth, the motion, all that good stuff. I can even take the toothbrush and create little streak lines. You know, hit it. All up to you. How you want to do it. You know, really. But like I say, I'm gonna put other things in here, so it really don't. Now, I lost my train of thought listening to the TV. Add whatever you will to this. Up to you, you know, as you go on. Let's draw this back a little bit. You see the whole thing here. All right, but there you go so far. All black and white. All right, tones of gray and whatnot. That's all that is. All right, so let's add some other things in here. Okay. Now that I got essentially all of this pretty much set. All right. To make even more dimension and depth in this underpainting, we'll add objects in the front or in the midground, and we can add some stuff in the front. All right. So I guess I'll at this point in time. But typically you work from totally dry. And we're gonna add, I'll put the lighthouse here and some rocks, all right, which will bring a lot of this further back. Okay, so the lighthouse will be here in the foreground. If I put a mast or a ship that's like having a lot of trouble back there, maybe I'll put that back there. But we're gonna do the lighthouse and some rocks around in here. And this painting will really start to come together. The easiest part of this painting will be actually painting over this with the various colors and what have you. So let's totally wait for that to dry, and I'll be back, and we'll knock this thing out and conclude it. Hey guys, welcome back. I put a really simple chalk sketch of a lighthouse right here. All right. Let's fasten it back there for a second. The painting is completely dry, as you can see. I'm going to get a very slender, flat brush. Okay. And we're just going to set number 6 flat here. All right, I'm going to dip it into the water here. Get the brush loose. And we're going to block in the lighthouse and the rocks. All right. I'm going to block it in using a darker gray. As you can see, I'm just patting in, getting a tone that I would like for the lighthouse. The lighthouse and the rocks are in the extreme foreground, so they'll be pretty much the sharpest things in focus. Okay, and I will just, I'm freehanding it here, sketch in Mr. Lighthouse here. What if you tend to run out of the color or whatever, obviously, as you see what I'm doing, you bring it back in, dip into the black, dip into the white, no medium or anything of that sort. All right, like I say, I'm just blocking it in right now. Details and such will be added later, of course. Now, why am I blocking it in with the gray? Because gray is a forgiving color. It's neutral. You follow me? Okay. Let's get a little bit more of that color. I'm just dipping more into the black and white so I can get more of that tone. So I need a lot more than I'm looking at here. Just lightening the gray. There we go. And remember, when you put acrylic down, it dries darker than what you put down here. I'm gonna get the rocks going here. Make it really bumpy and craggy looking. Dip there. Mainly interested in the outside, not necessarily what's going on in here. Nothing, you're just blocking all of this in. Okay, so we got Mr. Lighthouse going here. I might broaden the bottom part of the lighthouse. We'll see. Now, technically, I can use a larger brush to do this, but it's just blocking everything in. Now, just because I'm blocking it in like this doesn't mean it's going to stay this type of gray. It won't, because of the shading or whatever I'll put on the rocks itself. If I want it cool, if I don't want it also cool. Alright, so that's it for blocking in it with some modeling paste. Okay, I got modeling paste here. There. Alright, I'm going to get a little bit of this modeling paste. And I'm going to put the modeling paste right here. Now, why am I using this modeling paste? I really don't want to open up a tube of paint or whatever. So I will put the paint in the modeling paste. It gives me the body. I'm looking for. Okay, for the rocks. Give me a little texture also. I'm going to get a little white, put that white in there, grade up a little bit. Remember, this is foreground, so the foreground's going to be pretty dark. So I'm going to put the rocks in here using this. And you see the darkness, right? Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a second tray. I'm going to just get a bit here. I'm going to just put it down as flat as possible. Just like this. I think you guys can somewhat see what I'm doing here. Lay it down flat like that. Get a nice little roll of it. See that? Okay. And I'm just going to take it right about here. And I'll just add some texture to the painting and get a little bit of rocks going on here. Alright. And it's very light touch. And look at that. Instant rocky surface. Look at this. See this? I'll switch it around here and I'll come this way with it. Instant rock. Okay. I don't want any streaks for it to appear streaky. Alright, that won't be needed. Now this stuff does dry rather quickly. Okay. And as you can see, I'm pressing flat against the surface. Okay, and it's very light touch. Let it break. And you can go in whatever direction you want. Let it break. Let it do its thing. Alright. As you can see. I can bring it up closer so you guys can see this. And we'll come down here like that. Alright. As you can see, very light touch, boom, and just let it glide around. I'm going slowly so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. Alright. Look at that. Alright, and I'm just adding texture. I'm getting some more of the paste, flattening it out here. Now as it dries, obviously it's going to make high and low points on the painting. And this is going to help during the highlights. You follow me? Let's go over here. There, we put the whole thing there. And you just bring it on down, whatever direction you feel you would like to go. Now, as we get closer towards the bottom, it fills in and gets a little darker, all up in here. Let it break, let it do whatever. Down on the bottom, it's the most solid color, obviously. You know, it's the darkest. As you can see here, hopefully the camera's catching it. Yeah, I think the camera is catching it good. It gets a little more solid here. Now, I can keep this dark gray because it looks more, pretty much like the rocks itself anyway. And the fun part in this will come in the highlighting itself. And remember, this stuff, it raises above the surface of your canvas. So it gives a nice, interesting little texture to it. Okay. And when you add highlights to this, right, what's going to happen is that the paint's going to catch on the raised areas of this modeling paste. I'm just getting more modeling paste. I'm spreading it out thin like that, cut across, pretty much like Bob Ross would do. And you can just play around with it and have a good time. Like I say, it's going to get more solid down toward the bottom here. Okay. Like that. Nice, dark surface. Getting some more, just spreading it out here. Just like that. Cut across. And as I'm doing this, I'm getting little peaks of paste on the surface itself. I'll put a little bit up here. Start of something here. just like that. So as it's looking the way it's looking, you add the highlights to this. All right, you get a nice, um, you'll see, you get a nice strong um, rock surface here. I'm just going to come over here on the sides here and really get this nice sharp silhouette line of the rocks. You know, they're craggy and everything. Still get a nice outline of your rock surface. Okay. This is fairly smooth here. So what I'll do with this part here is I'll just get a nice curve. Okay. But as you can see, still got the little cragginess to it. Alright. Now on the side is like a little house or something. This is going so well. Okay, right here is like a little house here. So this is part of the roof there. Something like that. And we're going to add that little bit there. Just like that. Okay. That's the part of the house that we're going to we're going to detail that. It'll make more sense once I get into it. Alright. Sorry about that. I was doing so well. Okay. We'll get a little bit of up top here. We'll get a little bit of just getting some more of the paste. Do this as close as you can. Try to cover most of the surface as you can. There. Just like that. It's alright. I don't have to be exact with it because I'll be painting this in. But there you go. And all I have to do, basically, is let that guy dry. Alright? Okay, let's go back down here. We'll let him dry. We'll go back here to the rocks themselves. Now, as I'm even talking to you, it is drying up. Alright? As I have the modeling paste, I got the tray in my hand. I'm using the modeling paste. I'm adding more white to the modeling. I'm going to add highlights to the rocks. Okay. Okay, look down below. You can see the tray of the light paste I've made here. The modeling paste in black and white. Alright. Nice little thin roll of it. Okay. And judging by where the light may hit, alright, this is how you would detail your rocks. Okay. So, however you want to highlight these guys. It's really your discretion, up to you. We'll start right here, and I'll just start to do simple highlights, little things like that. See that? See how easy that is? Okay. If I want to go straight down, just like that. Get a little bit more. Okay. And this is how you do it piece by piece. Look at that. The shades and the tones are already there. Follow me? And have it curving around like that. You see how the paste does a lot of the work for you? Okay. And I'll curl it around. Now, this paste is already dry, so it's whatever is being collected off of my palette knife is being transferred from the raised edges of the modeling paste. And basically, you're just lightly stroking it right on across. Alright, so the modeling paste is doing the work for you. Okay. That's all it's doing. All those little shades and tints and tones and what have you. Come right there like that. See how that looks? Okay. Now, if it's a little too dark to decipher anything, you can lighten it up even more. I'm just adding, technically, more white to the paste itself. And this is a little watery. Alright, so I'm going to just be a little careful. It's like brightening in certain spots here. It's just going to catch whatever, going as thin as I can. And I will cover or highlight what I will on this. Kind of come across here. Pretty good. Just like that. Bring some of that bright red around there, around that corner there a little bit. Maybe sneak some around the here like that. And curve it down. Look at that. See that? Okay. Yes, that's really all it would entail. All right. Let's go up to Mr. Lighthouse here. Now with the lighthouse, I can pretty much do the same thing. It's going to give the same kind of texture pattern. I'll start it bright. I'll go right across here and just curve it. Look at that. See how simple that is? Curve it right around. Come here, curve it right around there like that. That's a battered, beaten old lighthouse here. Just curve around, curve it there like that. Nice little press down the bottom, right down there like that. Okay. Now let's draw this back a little bit here. Let's go up on the top here. I'm gonna add a little something up there, just a little something, very lightly, just like so. Bring it right on around. Leave it be. I'm getting a little bit of black. Okay. And we're gonna get a nice little shadow side over there. And I'm just adding the black to it. Get it generally darker. I don't want it too dark. It's just a form of dark gray. Alright. I'm already going to get the raised edges that I'm looking for. And we're going to darken in some of that rock. Just like this. That's the closest thing to us. So it's fairly dark here. Okay. Now the raised areas is already giving me the surface I need. So even though I'm using an extremely loose paint, it's giving me the raised surface. So whatever's down below is what's going to get covered. Okay. I'm just playing around with little gaps in the areas and whatnot. Snake some around here. Basically, down below, right here, is the darkest. Okay. And that's what you see me doing in here. Some shadowed areas there. Have some of them join. Just like that. You see how it's coming alive here? Remember, this is still the underpainting. Alright? And we'll wait for it to dry and all that good stuff. I know I'm doing it with a palette knife. You can do it with a brush. I prefer the palette knife. It's just what I prefer. You don't have to if you're not comfortable with it. There. Just like that. Got a little bit of there. Right in there too. In the focus there. There. That's what she's looking like so far right now. Now remember, there will be separation here. Once I put the color in, okay, this will come out in front of us. So you're making almost like a 3D painting. All right. There's only a few brushes and whatnot, and just some strategic placing of the modeling paste and whatnot, and the composition of your painting. Okay, everything is still fairly even. Nothing's really heavily moving to one side or the other. Okay, because you got your bulk of mist and clouds and whatever on this side, but you got this nice even distribution of the solid rock and the lighthouse on this side. Everything evens out and kind of puts yourself into the painting itself. All right, so we're gonna give it a little time to dry, and we'll go for coloring this thing in. I'll probably take a before and after picture of this and show you what it looks like when it's all colored in. So stay tuned and I shall return. Hey there, hi there, and all that good stuff. All right, what we're going to do, let's adjust this, get that little camera out the way there. Okay, we're going to start to color this guy in. All right, most of it is done. 12 by 16 inch cardboard. Just a quick recap. Beaten down raggedy looking lighthouse, rocks, storm, the clouds, mist and fog and all sorts of stuff happening in there. Now, essentially this big underpainting is finished. Okay, it can pass for a black and white painting if you wanted to or whatnot. I've cleaned my water because it was stained up pretty good, changed it all. As you can see right here, the camera flip over. Okay, I don't have the circular trays, it's just the easel now. I got plastic over it, that's the lines you see in here. Okay, Dioxazine purple, phthalo blue, little burnt sienna, some titanium white. I don't know if I'll use all of the sienna wood. I will see. Water, vegetable glycerin with a little bit of the shampoo in it. Alright. And now, coming back up here, painting's totally dry. All that. As you can see also, back down here to the palette, I don't have very much color to use because with the glaze, it spreads the color around evenly everywhere, and you really don't need that much for that effect. Alright? Okay. So let's get on with it. Let's point back down here again. Look at the glaze, the mix here. You see how watery it's getting? It didn't look like this in the beginning of the video. But see how the air touches it? I didn't cover it up. I didn't cap it. But see the wateriness of it? This is what happens when air gets in contact with glycerin. Okay. Now, I just stirred it around pretty good, and this is about all I need for this. Alright. Okay, I'm sure you guys can see the colors. Yes, you can. You can see it. They're all right here. Alrighty. So, here we go. We're going back up here to the quote-unquote canvas. It's actually cardboard. Alright. Let's see. I know I tend to move my head, so let's put a little more to the right here. Yeah. Maybe it'll even itself out. A thin layer of this stuff is all that's needed. My tape's coming off. That's why you see it moving around. Now, I'm using a thin layer of this to the whole thing. All you need is a thin layer. I'm going to just put the tip of it in, wipe it off, and go down here on the bottom. Don't need to really super saturate this stuff with the glaze. Alright. This is it, right here. All that's needed. Just like that. That's it. No more, no less. It's the whole thing. Okay. I'll be covering a nice area. I can probably use the same brush. It's no big deal. And what I'm going to do, I'll lightly, very, very lightly, I get the smallest amount of phthalo green. There's no such real thing as green skies, but you know, we're going to put it right here. Just like that. Just a thin glaze of that. Right up in here. Just like this. No more, no less. Just like that. Okay. As a matter of fact, I just got little ideas popping here and there. Let's just put a tiny bit of, I can get some out of it. I don't need too much of that. A little dot of red. Just a little dot. Alright. Slight little dot of red. After each application of the color, I'll wipe my brush clean. Start off with a tiny bit of red. We'll put the red somewhere around here, like that. If I don't want it on the lighthouse, you wipe it away off the lighthouse. No big deal. Okay, just like that. Just like this. I'm not really even concerned about, the, I'll put some red here too. Splatter red. Just like that. Yes, just a little, wipe back and forth like that. No big deal. Alright, alright. Matter of fact, let's tease a little bit of that right in the water right in here. Just a little bit. Just like that. The paint moves around in little bits and all of that, so don't worry about it. It's just a light little glaze. We're going to move on to some blue. Okay, same light touch of blue. Let's start up here. And just spread it around. Nice X strokes. Alright, X strokes. Get a little bit of the purple. Why not? Slap some purple in there. Oh, wrap around in here. X strokes. X strokes. See how you thin the paint out? X strokes. It's alright. Go for what you know. X strokes. Put it up with red. It's alright. It is okay. Get a little more of that purple. Oh, we'll slap some of that purple down in here like that. Mixing with the gray, with the gray, it turns it also a little on the grayish side, but that's okay. I'm getting a little bit of purple, blue, a little bit more blue, with a slight touch of green in that blue. A little blue, a little bit of green, a little bit of green, a little bit of blue. All right, and we'll put some of that right in here. It's all right. All down in here a little bit, all in here. In there. It's alright. How's that for mysterious? Look at that. Look at how that's turning out. Brings a totally different look to the painting. And all this is very light application of, I'll put some of that right in here too. Just like that. Okay. Put some of that up in here. Just a little bit. And if you would like, your discretion, really up to you, a little stronger colors, a little stronger purples. Right up in here. I'll go back into my little phthalo blue. Phthalo / bluish green with a phthalo blue. Right up in here. And continue with the X strokes. The more you crisscross, okay, you're thinning out the paint. So you're not really getting rid of everything like you would think. Just like that. Put it right in there. Bring some of that down in there like that. And you're going to get rid of the streak marks. Back and forth, lightly. Get rid of the stroke lines. Alright. Just like that. Okay. Fairly neat. Don't worry about the purple all in here. It can be wiped away. I'm not worried about that. And you'll see, I'll just wipe it right off. Just cleaning off the brush. Alright. I'm going to take a little bit of paper towel here. And what I don't want on my lighthouse, it gets wiped off. What I don't want on the rocks will get wiped right off. Remember, this stuff is totally dry. Don't worry, don't fret. Okay. Just like that, wipe it right off. Get rid of it. Alright, okay. And there you go. Let's take a little more bluish. A little bluish green. We'll pop some of that right here down below here. Darken some of that up a little bit. A little more phthalo blue. See, you can put as much or as little as you want. And because it's a darker color, I want it a little darker, closer to the rocks and such. So I'm just glazing some color down in there, just like so. Just like that. A little bit up in here. Tap it. Tap some of that right up in there like that. Okay. A little bit in there. Okay, like so. I can't even tell you did a great underpainting with all of it when it's all said and done and when it dries. Alright, alright. This part is the quick part. This part's pretty much kind of the easy part to do. Alright. Let's take a tiny little piece of a brush of some sort. It's like a number 12 flat acrylic brush. Now, in case I want to pop some other surprises in here, alright, I will use just white. And look how much white I'm using. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you on this camera. See that little bit of white right there? See that? See that? A little bit of white. Alright. It'll mix in with the colors you have. Follow me? But let's say you want to just kind of tap in a little bit of love right up in here. Just like that. You see how it's picking up that blue down there? Instant depth. Okay. Have it trail a little bit. Scrumble along. Just like that. I'm going to touch it up again. Just the tip. Titanium white. Just like that. Have it come past and kind of float along up that toward that way. I'm using the bottom of the brush, scrumbling, fading away. Just like that. Fade it away. There. And we'll just get a little hint of a fluff. Destroy some of that bottom edge there. Fade it on out. Just like so. Alright, now I'll wipe off the brush, get a little bit of that color off. Another touch of white. Oh, let's get a little bit of highlight right up in there. And I'm just tapping. Just a little tap. Alright. And remember, you keep tapping, it's going to pick up that color underneath. Okay. And I'll just pop in a few. Have it trail on around here. Somewhere like that. There. Yes, I will use my finger if I have to soften up some things here. Just like that. Just like that. I want it to be a little more of a foggy effect and not so much clouds. Just roll my finger around it a little bit. Alright. So it doesn't have to be overly pronounced. It's your discretion of how much of it you want. Okay? Put some up in here like this. I'm holding the brush flat against the canvas here. Okay? Use my finger, I'll fade some of that out there. I'm getting away with it because the surface is still wet with the glycerin. So I can play around, manipulate, move it around, and all of that good stuff. See how smooth, much smoother that looks? If I bring the camera in, you really see it. Like that. Let's bring it in a little bit. You can see what I'm talking about. See that? Okay. And it's picking up all sorts of colors and whatnot. Primarily want it to be white, so it shows a little bit more. All right. Bring a little bit of love out here too. Why not? Go right off the paper. So, just adding to the atmosphere. what we got going on back here. Just like that. All right. You keep building and building and building. You're not getting rid of everything you've put down before. You're not doing that. See, I can go right into the splatter itself. Okay. Just like that. Use your finger. Coast it along. Okay. Circular motion. Okay. Don't forget this side. Okay. Just like that. Bring it on down there. Stir it around with your finger. Instant mist, man. Awesome. See that? You can build it, and build it to whatever degree you see fit. Okay. I might not want it as prominently white. That's why I'm doing this up here. Okay. But I'm gonna be careful. I don't want to totally make things disappear. Still, I want a little bit of something alive up here in this corner. Just like that. Stir it around a little bit. Trail it around. Just like that. So it's not totally bleach white. Keep tapping away. Keep tapping away. Stir it around. Tap it away. Stir it around. Scrumble it all in there. All mist and fog, and it mixes in together. It's okay. Just like so. Alright. Clean off my brush. Number 8 flat brush. Little tip of paint there. Here, you guys should be able to see it by aiming toward the light there. A little piece of paint right there. Alright. Oh, we're gonna play up around here just a little bit. Scrumble it around. That's all I'm doing. Scrumble, scrumble. Put it right into the color. But I'm gonna go across with it. Go across with it. Go across. Go across. It's all right. Go across. It's all right. See? Going across with it. It's okay. All right. See, I want the bulk of the color in the middle. Fade out the top. Fade out the bottom. Oh, you guys aren't looking at it. Sorry, I'm down here. Can't stand it when I do that. I'm not paying attention. Or I'm so engrossed in doing this, I'm not really paying full attention, to be honest with you. My fault. Okay, just like that. Okay. Still looking at it, I think I want a little more misty, fogginess. Oh, like around in here. Going that way, so. A little more white. Remember this. The surface is still wet, so I can kind of get away with it. A little touch of white, stir it around. Remember, the more you play in it, the more it blends. Okay. And see, I can create a space between the fog banks, so it doesn't look like it's overlapping with the other one. And remember, as it dries, you'll still see some of what's going on. You still see what's going on underneath all of that. Okay, much like that. Okay, let's get to playing with this lighthouse. Actually, let's play with the rocks first. Let's do that. I'm getting a slightly wider brush. This would be a 3/4 inch flat, turquoise guy right here. There's some brush that I kind of nominate as my do-all brush, and this is one of them. Alright, let's get some this rock play going. Now obviously rocks are kind of on the grayish side, yes. I'm gonna take a little bit of this, come down here, take a little bit of this red, a little bit of this phthalo green. We're gonna mix it in together like that. Now it's a little more on the red side, need more green to kind of even that out. It's gonna turn kind of a brownish mix. Okay, so I'm just keep patting it away. I still got a little too much more red, too red, as I'm mumbling my words here. Okay, I think that might do it. Let's see, get a little bit of white in there and see what I got. Too green. Pop some more red up in that piece. More red. Get the rest of that red up in there. Yeah, there we go. Now watch what happens when I add the white. Okay. It's gray, but it's still a little on the green side. Needs a touch more red. I don't think I need too much more than that. There we go. See it? See how it turns gray? That's we're looking for gray. Now remember, this is still pretty slick. Got this stuff on it. And what I'm gonna do is, there we go. Very thin coat of this gray. Right down in here. Thin coat of this gray. Right down in there, just like that. Thin coat of it. Right across. The sienna. Okay. A little more sienna. And a little more sienna. Just like so. Nice thin layer of it here. And we're gonna come up here just like that. We're gonna concentrate on this guy. Put a little bit of this stuff on him. Just like this. Remember, it's all a glaze. All a thin glaze. Back and forth. Get some more of that color. Put it right on there. All down in here. Thin glaze. Glazing on the color. Like so. Back and forth. Alright. Do a little bit on the house there too. Okay. I'm gonna tint it a little bit of the dioxazine purple, a little bit of the red here. Slight touch of white in it. Just like that. A little bit more of the purple. A little bit more purple. And I'm gonna take a little brown, which has got a little bit of red in it. Okay. Deepen that with a little bit of that blue. Darken it up a little bit here. It gives me the color of the rock, but not as gray. Like that. Put it right in there. You're not getting rid of all of your colors, not like you would think. Just like that. Glaze it right in there. Just like so. And we're gonna highlight that guy too. I'll put a little bit of that down. And I'm gonna take a nice little swipe across. Choom, just like that. A little thin piece, like that. See that? Alright. Let's go back up here. We're gonna highlight the rocks first. This is gonna be extremely simple to do because all you have to do is just take your palette knife, that little piece of paint on it. Here, put it right there. That little stripe right there. Alright. And you're gonna glaze it right across the rock. It'll pick it up automatically. Boom. You don't even have to try. Look at that. It picks it up all by its lonesome. Okay. That's all it's doing. That's all I'm doing. Alright, it will pick it up. I'm gonna do the edge first. And it's gonna pick it up all to its own devices. See? So basically I'm just outlining what I already have. Just like that. It picks it up. It's already established. That's all you're doing. Let's zoom in here. Already established. It's already there. You don't even have to work at it. To be honest with you, you can go downward like this. See that? It's already picking it out for you. All right, you're just along for the ride. It's doing the work. Look at this. Look at that. Hmm. We'll have them come way out here, and then it comes back in like that. It's picking out whatever it wants to pick out. Okay. It needs only what it wants to do the effect. Look at that. Because of the raised areas. Okay, you see how it appears white, but it's not. It's gray. Just like that. You don't need to add too much more to this. Okay. Bring some sneaking around the corner like this. Like that. Look at that. Okay. You want a little piece of something going around the corner? That's fine. Maybe a little touch of something right in here. Okay. Maybe a little peak right there. Yeah, that's about it really. No more, no less. I'm getting some more titanium white. I'll mix it in with some of this bluish gray. Okay. Let's go for the lighthouse a little bit. So let's move upward. Right about in, somewhere around in there. You guys should be able to see that. Okay. Well, let's do it from, yeah, we'll do it from this side. Let's pull back a little hair. There. Okay. All I gotta do is really touch it, go in a circular motion. Touch, circular motion like that. Something like that. Leave it be. We're gonna go towards the next one. Okay. Leave that be. Actually, just bring it around a little bit. We can get rid of it. That little curve. That makes or breaks. And we're gonna come around. I'm gonna get a little bit more here. Yeah, all it takes really is a touch. I'll just do it with my right hand. Angle, see this edge? Angle it towards your little building here. Alright. If you gotta overlap. Swing it right around. Swing it right around there. See that? Something like that. And swing it right around. Look at that. Swing it right around. What I'm really looking at is the outside edge. Outside edge gotta be pretty prominent. Just swing it right around. I'm gonna get a little more titanium white. There might be some spots I want a little bit brighter than others, just to separate it from the wave and the fog and stuff. Like that. Swing it right around in there. Swing that guy right around. Like that. See, it comes downward a little bit. Okay. Just like that. Got this little roof here. Doesn't take a lot. It basically takes a touch. Just like that. And leave it alone. It's already established, already right there. I'm going to add a little slope to it, add a little slope. Alright? Something like so. It's a little much. If it's a little much, wipe it off. It's alright. Wipe it right off. It's like one of these numbers. All it's going to do is go back down to its original color. Okay. And just like that. I'll just take my towel. There. That's good. Got a little edge there. You got a little edge here. Watch this. Look. See that? There. It's in house. Alright. Put a little bit of water down there. Alright. Maybe right around in here a little bit. There you go. Okay. Alright. I'm going to take it, make a line, outline it a little bit. Just a little bit, maybe. Piece of an outline here, maybe. Pick off what it wants from up top. It looks like that. Alright. Okay. Alright, well, quite frankly, it's almost it. Take a little bit of blue and green right here. Alright. Now, what I'm going to do with this blue and this green, I'm mixing it together, but I'm not going to blend it. Come on down here, look at me here. Alright, put a little touch of white in that. Something like that. Alright, just a little bit. And maybe just a couple of little shadowy things going around in here. if I feel that it might be a little too light, I can darken it up with just a blue, right on top of what I put, right on top of what I put down there. All right. So if I think it's a little light, okay, I'll go over it with the blue, like that. I'll just deepen it. Because remember, as it dries, it's going to dry darker. So have no fear. Okay, I'll just darken it a little bit, not too much. I'll put some around in here like that. Bring it around. Put some of that down in there like that. I'm just playing around in here, having a little fun. You can always correct it, whatever you feel. Because if it's a little too dark, you can always correct. So I'm just bringing some toward the edge because I always want it a little darker down in the bottom here. Very simple to do because the texture is already there for it to be lifted off of. You follow me? Okay. I'll come around in here where it's pretty much dark at. Down here. Bring that like that. I'll use this here. I don't have my filbert. I'll just use this flat brush. A little stronger mist around in here like this. Pop some of that in there like that. Scrub some of that in. It's going to go across still, because it's still pretty wet. Just like that. On down. Join it across and go right on across with it. I just need it stronger here. As I told you before, once it dries, you'll still see everything underneath. Okay? You're not really covering as much as you think. Especially when it dries. All those tones and everything will still show through. Alright? Alright. Just like that. I just want it a little stronger there. Alrighty. I think we just about got it. If I wanted to be cute, I could slap a moon in there. But I think I dip it in some water down here. Now I got the titanium white, which is going to give it a different look of the white. And that's all good. It's a thicker paint, obviously. And we're going to awaken some of these splatters back again. Bring it over the rocks a little bit. Come here. Put some up around in here a little bit. Just like that. Put some out there. Put some over there. You got some little turbulence going on here. If you want to, up to you, up above here, if you want to, I want to go a little further away and pop in some stars there. Something like that. Now, while it's looking like that, you don't really want them in your clouds. Wipe them away. You're not hurting nothing. See? Wipe right away. Get them away from the clouds. Alright? How you can get away with that? All sorts of slick little things you can do. That's all. I'm just taking my finger. I'm wiping some of that away. Okay. Enough of that. We're down toward the end of this thing here. And I must say, thank you if you watched this in its entirety. Kind of a different format. And I'm going to see how it goes. If you guys like it or not, let me know if you like this different format. Of how the easel pops in, what or not, with the voiceover. Let me know. Just pull this back out. There. Put it in the center like this. Get the old script liner. You guys know what's coming next. I thank you for watching. If you would like to donate to the cause, I do have a PayPal sign up there. 50 cents, 50 bucks. It you know, it's up to you what you feel. But you can send it right to the PayPal. It's on the lower right hand side of the YouTube channel. Alright. Let's see if I can put my signature on here without ruining everything. That A's a little wide, but it's okay. I don't know who would want this. It's on cardboard. And it is the 1st of August. So we're looking at an 8. If I can get the 8 on there. Good enough. There. Alright, here comes the fun part, sweetheart. Let's take the tape off. And I will continuously say, I do. Uh-oh. I knew that would happen. But that's alright. Now I'm going to show you what's happening. Because it is cardboard, and the paint is sitting on cardboard. Cardboard's porous. Some of the paint is lifting off, but that's okay. I don't care because I can paint over it. So that's no big deal. When you guys see this online, all of this will be painted over. So that's no big deal. But this, I'm not painting on canvas or canvas paper. It's actually cardboard. This is just an example. And actually it's perfect that I'm doing it like this because you can see how if I would have pulled in the opposite direction, it would have ripped through the painting. You follow me? So that's actually a good thing that happened. So when you do peel away your work, alright, if you use tape, you pull and lift in the opposite direction. So you would go this way, go up to this one, pull upward, and pull downward there. Alright, so that was actually perfect. But anyway, that's what she looks like, guys. I got the lights on. At the time of me filming it's daylight. Okay. But it somewhat looks like that. You can still see the shine because of the glycerin. Alright, but that's basically what she's looking like. Okay. Alright. Well, guys, thank you very much for checking this out. I do appreciate it. I'm gonna get some black paint here. I'm gonna get out. Thank you for checking this out. And this whole thing basically was a glaze. All of this was in a series of grays. All right. But if I didn't say it, nobody really would know. All right. But it was all one painting of all grays. All right. Gray underpainting. And all I did was just glaze color on top of it. So you got a smooth transition of the phthalo blue, sap green I think I used, and the dots is in purple. So a little bit of everything's in there. There's a smidgen of red, but you can barely tell. But it's got the natural sea colors and everything. It's got the fog going on in there. So it's all good. All good there. All right. It's going to take a little while for it to dry because of the glycerin. But once again, guys, thank you very much. Enjoy your day, and hope to see you soon. All right? All right. Peace.